still not back in their homes, when people like Amy and others are still collecting paychecks every week or every 2 weeks. And so I have a moral obligation to stand here with my constituents in my district to demand action. There's a construction site, fence, there's permits, there's no construction being done. Build It Back went out and hired contractors that didn't have the capacity to take on the work that needed to be undertaken. They hired lots of consultants to help you figure out how to write paperwork so they can go lose the paperwork and then blame you for not submitting the paperwork. Then they say that they're going to have all the constructions completed by the end of the year. There's just no way that's going to happen. And I want to know who's going to be held accountable. So the point of today's press conference is twofold. Number one, to demand accountability. Demand accountability from the mayor, from the city of New York, and to call for the head of the Build It Back program to resign, because she's just not able to get the job done, as evidenced by what we're seeing behind me and what we're going to hear from my constituent. And then we're going to hear from John Corey, the local civic president, who was a part of the Build It program, but like hundreds of other people, was convinced by employees of the Build It Back program to withdraw himself. Why? So they could fudge the numbers and say that they're meeting their quotas and they're meeting their goals. So there's a lot of numbers games, there's a lot of propaganda, there's a lot of rhetoric. I think there was a lot of hope very early on that Build It Back could work. But it's broken, it's not working, it's inefficient, it's a bureaucratic nightmare, it's a boondoggle. Mayor de Blasio doesn't want to accept responsibility for it, even though the buck stops with him. And if he doesn't want to accept responsibility for it, then I want the director of the program to resign or be fired. We'll start all over from scratch because things can't get any worse at this point. So first I want to introduce our homeowner. I'm going to hold her